Travel Adventures with Valerie Brown, and today we're going to do a bedtime stories for adults, and it's going to be about mermaids. So I didn't get this from one specific book. I collected a lot of information from different places, and are they real? Aren't they real? There's a lot of evidence that supports that they are real. So let me start with this. What would you do if you could explore the oceans without a care in the world? No need to pay for a cruise or pack a bag. All you need to do is dive in, travel, and enjoy. There's so much to see. With a graceful sparkle, you could dive deep and explore places that no one has ever seen up close. From the ancient lost cities boasting richly carved temples, tiered pyramids, and titanic statues, to steaming volcanic vents and bottomless canyons. The stories that a well-traveled mermaid could tell could keep us in rapt attention for hours. So when we think of mermaids, we categorize them the same way we do Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, or even paranormal entities. Most of us have never seen them with our own eyes, so quite frankly, it's difficult to believe they really exist. However, maybe we shouldn't discount their existence. Over the course of history, there were many reported stories of run-ins with creatures who very closely resembled mermaids. But were they? Only you can judge. So long ago, during the 1st century, Pliny the Elder wrote Natural History, where he described in great detail a species of half-fish, half-human creatures he called Nereids. Pliny claimed Emperor Augustus had a military officer who saw piles of dead Nereids on the shore. In 2002, construction crews were building dams in Zimbabwe. They refused to finish the project because they claimed a group of mermaids, known to the locals as Mambo Mutu, were viciously harassing them. In 1493, Columbus claimed to have encountered 3 mermaids off the coast of Haiti. He wrote in a travel that they rose out of the sea, but they are not so beautiful as they are said to be, for their faces had many masculine traits. During the 1500s, sailors used to collect miniature mermaid-like skeletons they called Jenny Hanivers and sell them to tourists. For centuries, people saw this as definitive proof mermaids were real. Didn't sound like they were very big though. In 1430, a group of girls in the Netherlands found a sick mermaid in the shallow waters. According to the group, they pulled the struggling sea creature to land and dressed her in clothing. Explorer John Smith apparently fell for a mermaid he saw off the coast of Newfoundland in 1614. However, as she was slowly coming out of the water staring at Smith, he realized she was half fish, and he quickly cut over his crush. Off the coast of Penadine, Wales, in 1603, a farmer named Thomas Reynold, spotted what he believed to be a mermaid swimming close to shore. An image depicting the Welsh Mermaid describes her as a monstrous fish that appeared in the form of a woman from her waist upward. In 1967, ferry riders in British Columbia spotted a blonde woman with the tail of a porpoise resting on the shore of Main Island. The town locals offered a cash reward for more information, but no one came forward. So there's lots of things here. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll have lots more adventures here and a lot more adventures for you to plan and more bedtime stories. All right, so a few more. In 2014, the body of a humanoid creature with aquatic features washed up on the shores of New Zealand's South Island caused quite a stir. It disappeared pretty quickly, so they're not sure if it was a hoax or not. In the Netherlands in the 1600s, an injured mermaid was nursed back to health by a group of people, but instead of returning to the ocean, she supposedly learned to speak Dutch and converted to Catholicism. In 1718, an artist named Samuel Fallers painted this picture of a tiny mermaid he claimed he caught with his own hands and brought back into his house. He said that the mermaid lived in a container of water, but died after 4 days because she refused to eat. There is a temple located in Koa, Japan, that supposedly houses the remains of a mermaid who washed up in 1222. A priest preserved the bones, and they've been on display for nearly 800 years. In 2009, people from the Israeli town of Kiryat Yarm claimed to see a beautiful young woman with the body of a fish performing tricks at night on the shore. The town council even offered $1 million for any hard evidence of her existence. To this day, no one has come forward. In 1830, a body of a mermaid who was killed by a thrown rock washed up on the shore of Ben Bacula, an island off Scotland. The townsfolk buried the tiny body on the shoreline, but no one has ever been able to find it. In 1608, explorer Henry Hudson wrote in a journal that while sailing in the Bering Sea near Norway, he saw a group of white-skinned and black-haired mermaids surround his boat. And during World War II, a group of Japanese soldiers spotted a small humanoid figure with the mouth of a carp and spikes on his head playing in lagoons on the key islands of Indonesia. The natives told them it was an entity known as orang-ikan, which translates to human fish. A group of friends who were camping near a river in South Africa in 2008 reported seeing the caiman crying on the shore. The people of South Africa claim that this legendary mermaid lures victims underwater. So there's lots of evidence that mermaids have been around for a long time. Do you believe it? Do you don't believe it? Send me comments. There's a lot of evidence, and there's a lot more out there. So it's something to think about. It's interesting. And I'm Valerie Brown, the Travel Adventures with Valerie Brown. And please, again, subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. I also have my blog, www.TAWVB.com. Please like, subscribe that as well. And I'll have more bedtime adventures soon. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again. Thanks a lot.